Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC. My show. We are the South Stand, and yes, we are the fucking South Stand. Yesterday, the South Stand was booming. As you can see, we're in a different location. Big up my mate Daps.
It's good, brother.
We're off to Madrid in the morning, so we've travelled up here into Daps' studio. So big up for that. And yeah, man, we're ready for Madrid tomorrow. But first of all, we've got to touch on yesterday's game.
You know, I was just going to say, the key thing with yesterday's game, when we're looking at Madrid as well, is that, I don't know about you, but I didn't want to go to Madrid after a loss.
No, that would have been hard. It'd have been hard. I think because we would have been flat, confidence, you're thinking about the league. But we didn't go there. We're not going there on the back of a loss. It's in our hands now. Our hands. All this nonsense about, if we win all our games, our kid, we're going to win. No bollocks, mate. If we win our games, we win the league. End of chat. And yesterday, I think we proved, and I think if a lot of them Liverpool players will now know that we're the top dogs in this league. We didn't take our chances yesterday, but they had a chance to win and go top of the league and be in their hands. At the end of the day, they didn't. We got the draw, and it's all in our hands now. But what I've got to say is, what an absolute fantastic game of football it was.
Yep, 100%.
The intensity and the levels and the pace that game got to was similar to the game at Anfield, but I just think it went up a notch. And then, you know, the way City comes out from the start. I mean, first of all, we'll talk about the team. Jesus, I know you predicted Jesus was going to start. Yeah. A lot of City fans around me was like, "Oh, Jesus, why is he not starting Mahrez? Oh, De Bruyne and Bernardo's in there. Where's Gundogan?" So the City end was a bit, have they made the right decision? But I think from the off, the way we started, it was the right decision. I thought like Jesus was really up for it. You know, for a player that's not been playing well. Do you know what I mean? He's not been playing at all, really. And to come in and to start at that level, and then literally first few minutes, the chance from Sterling. And I mean, we break down that side, Jesus with a perfect ball, Sterling. And do you know what, right? I can still see it now. And even though I know the game is finished and we're happy.
So you were behind the goal then as well.
It was right in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, blast it. He tried to just touch it past him, didn't he? Yeah. And then after that, I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, it's not going to be one of them games, is it? Where it's going to be one of them games.
You did. That's
and then I actually said to my dad, I can't forgive him for that miss there. That is, in a big game like this is what you need.
That's how I felt with the Mahrez penalty.
Yeah. Oh, Anfield. Oh, yeah.
And it took me, because of that, and also something I saw happen at the hotel after the FA Cup final with him ignoring some fans. It took me until this season to really forgive Mahrez, because that penalty miss, we could have won at Anfield. I know we've won at Anfield now, so we can forgive it. But at that point, it was like, he's done it twice against Liverpool now. But the pass from Jesus, that was De Bruyne levels.
It was right on a plate for him. I mean, Sterling couldn't have asked for it anymore. And you're thinking to yourself, just put your foot through
it. Yeah.
Because the way, I think the power of the shot, it's Alisson's leg, I think. And then he's just literally...
I mean, you know what? If I'm being honest, for Sterling, that was probably better connection than he often makes.
Yeah, he usually scuffs it, goes in the bottom corner.
But I get what you mean. And it was, luckily, though, it was only for what? 30 seconds?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I turned around to my dad and I said, I can't forgive him for that. I said, if this game doesn't go our way now and that is a chance, it's unforgivable for me. Yeah. And then Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, I've got to just say, Kevin De Bruyne, for me, currently, is the best player in the world. I'm telling you now, he's the best midfield player in the world, because he's, who's that? Oh, people, hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, man, 10K. I'm nearly there at 10K. Get me going, Blues. Get me going, Blues. You know what I mean? Big up, Daniel, and that. We can see it on the screen, you see, so we're not ignoring you. Big up, yeah. 6 times there. Liverpool fans are in the chat. Big up, man. Big up. But yeah, listen, Kevin De Bruyne skips through. Shot takes a deflection. It's absolute scenes, and the atmosphere was brilliant. And people can call Man City's atmosphere, but I'm telling you what, it's a load of bollocks, because if you go to the game week in, week out, I'll be the first one to tell you when the atmosphere is flat. I'll come on the show and I'll say, you know what, we need to do a bit more as fans. but everybody in that ground yesterday took it up a notch, took it to a next level, including the Liverpool fans. They played their part. So De Bruyne scores 1-0, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, we've just had Sterling through, missed that chance. De Bruyne's come through, scored. I'm thinking, and then we hit him straight again on the break, and I thought, we're going to murder these.
Honestly, it got to a point where I was thinking, I was looking. So I was with my brother-in-law, who's a Scouser, and then my sister and my niece and nephew. I was looking at my brother-in-law, thinking this is going to get very, very. And he's the most arrogant Liverpool fan. Every season, and I don't just mean this season. Every season for the last probably 5 seasons, he said it's ours this year. Every season, right? And it's one of them. And I was just looking at him, thinking you're going to get pasted, absolutely pasted. I'm trying to think the second chance you're talking of.
We sort of broke. We sort of broke on him, and it was a Kevin De Bruyne low shot. Alisson down. I think it just took to the base of the post.
There was a few, and then obviously they got one back.
And to be honest, it looked so easy for them, and I was a bit frustrated with it. I mean, they played that long ball across. He cuts it back. Jota. I mean, for me, Ederson should have done better there.
Yeah, agreed.
He got down a little bit slow. It squirmed under his body, and it goes in.
I think. If you look at the Ederson on that one, then you look at the Alisson Sterling.
Yeah,
they're very similar. And at that point, I was thinking the arguments I've had all week about Ederson, Alisson. Yeah, I get it. Alisson might be a better shot stopper than Ederson, but I still stand by what I say that City do not play the same.
No. But we've got the best goal in the world for how we play.
Yeah.
But so they're back in the game then. So then you're thinking, oh God, you know what I mean? Come on, because I'm not being funny. I don't know about you, but every time Liverpool got the ball, I felt they were dangerous. I mean, Mo Salah's not having the greatest of games at the minute, but every time he got the ball, I thought he's capable of doing something. Cancelo sometimes got caught a bit further forward, but like I say, he played really well. Kyle Walker got us out of jail a few times.
Yeah, he did.
They tried that pass with Trent a few times.
There was one with Walker where I think Stones and Laporte were both. It was off the corner.
Yeah.
And Walker came charging across out of nowhere and just completely took the ball off Salah. Salah was chasing it, and it was like probably any other defender, Salah would have got there. And Walker was just in, took the ball off him, and it was like he that is what he does. Yes, he will make a mistake here and there, but that insurance that of Kyle Walker.
He is an insurance policy because you don't panic as much when you've got Walker because you know if they get round the back, he's going to. And like you say, the game was at such a high tempo. Some people saying to me, both teams were making a few mistakes. I don't think it was a case of making mistakes. I think the tempo was that high. It was just that certain players wasn't quite in the rhythm of it. I mean, Bernardo Silva was dropping deep. He was it was weird at sometimes. Yes, big up.
Just trying to get through a couple of them.
It was mad because sometimes Bernardo Silva was literally just running around in little squares on his own with the ball, and I was like, what's going on here? But Kevin De Bruyne, I thought his work rate yesterday would be really interesting. Anyone that knows Premier League stats, get me how many kilometres Kevin De Bruyne ran yesterday, because I'm telling you now, even in the last few minutes, he's running like mad. Ilyas, man. Yeah, I think Ilyas is a Liverpool fan, to be fair.
You know what? Ilyas has been onto me on the stream before, I think on Coppish. So I think he might be a Liverpool.
Ilyas, behave, man. We're a good stream here. This is the South Stand, mate. You don't be getting filled in here.
But I think that was the thing I was seeing yesterday. Like you said about running around with the ball. So in the first game at Anfield, one thing I noticed that Pep did was the team did, but I presume because Pep had told them to, was every time we got the ball in the opening 25, 30 minutes, instead of moving forward, we were just calming it down.
Yeah.
And I said, he's trying to quieten the ground because he knew Anfield, you don't want Anfield rocking, right? No. But he did the same yesterday. And I'm thinking, I think actually he just thinks this is how we build up against Liverpool. But then what we were doing is we were hitting balls over the top.
We was.
Because high line,
Trent was there to get big up because then balls over the top, and Robertson, balls over the top of Robinson, balls over the top of Trent. They were getting success with it, and I think you just knew it was going to be a ding dong game, and then we get the goal. I thought Jesus was offside initially because he's always offside.
Yeah.
So when he bounced in, and what a great finish, by the way.
Offside, right?
We did. But what a great finish.
Yeah, very good.
Do you know what I mean?
Back to first 6 months of Jesus.
Great finish, and then you're waiting for that scoreboard to say VAR. It don't come, so it's pandemonium against a 2-1. So we're going at half time at 2-1, and then everyone's confident. I'm thinking, you know what? They're there for the taking here. The only thing we don't need to do is get caught cold early in the second half. Let's just shore it up for 10 minutes, and we're all right.
Yeah.
What happens?
Well, and the other thing I want to talk on is going into this game. A few weeks ago, I did a bit of a rant. It was when we dropped points to Palace.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? This season we could have done like we did Centurion season. We could have wrapped this league up
a long time ago,
right? But the players have decided they don't want to do that. They want to battle. Fine. If you want to battle, that's fine. Now I need someone in that team to step up. Company's gone. Aguero's gone.
Yeah.
Zabaletta's gone. Silva's gone. Yaya's gone. All these players that we could look on key moments in the seasons where we've had to fight to the end, our motto. Who's going to be that player that is going to step up? And it was after the Palace game. It was like, who is that player? Because right now I'm looking at it and I'm not quite sure who that player is.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and that was my concern going into this game against Liverpool. Liverpool looked like the team with the bit between the teeth.
They did, They're on a great run.
Until yesterday. And yesterday, like, I think we've even spoke on it, that maybe some of the players looked like they wanted the Champions League more. Yesterday, they confirmed to me, and this is why anyone that already there's outlets trying to push that, you know, City should have got the win. For me, as a City fan, what I saw yesterday is that same City spirit that has got us over the line every other season is still there. They showed they have
all we had to do was make sure we didn't get beat.
Yeah, and we did that.
Make sure we didn't get beat. This is their chance. Don't forget, we've been to Anfield and got a point. They're a point behind us. They're coming to the Etihad, the team in form, the team that's smashing everyone, the best team in the world, the best goalie in the world, best left back in the world, best right back in the world, best centre back in the world, best DM in the world, best front three in the world. They're coming on that form, So they're there to beat us, We're struggling, not really gelling. Everyone's saying, oh, Man City, they're going to drop points. You couldn't beat Palace, you couldn't beat Spurs. But they walked out of that stadium lucky with a point.
Let's be honest, first half, and this is why before we move on to the second half, I wanted to speak about it. First half, who looked more nervous? For me, it was them. We looked like a team that knew how to get it over the line.
The whole game, I think they looked nervous.
Yes, they didn't look the same. They did not. And even there's this narrative. I think most Liverpool fans will agree first half City looked better. I'm not going to come on and say second half we look better. But there's this big narrative that second half Liverpool controlled the whole. No, they controlled the first 20 minutes.
Yes, first 20 minutes.
25, it was back ours.
Of course it was.
But I know the way the media, and I'm not going to talk on it because it will always be the same.
Yeah, we're used to that. Listen, at the end of the day, I've just laid it out. They were the machine coming to town. That was their opportunity, not ours. We weren't going to their ground for the result. They were coming to us. And at the end of the day, they got the point. So it's back in our hands. But second half, we got caught cold.
Yeah,
we got caught cold. We came out. We was not switched on. Kyle Walker wasn't switched on.
No, he wasn't.
Great ball in. Was it Trent that put the ball into him? And
Trent was the second. First one was Salah. Salah was the first.
And then Trent puts the ball into him. Mane, great finish. That's a proper finish.
Yeah.
But even if I don't know if you noticed, even when they scored, they didn't even look like they didn't really celebrate a great deal. It was a bit like
because they needed to win.
We needed to win. And then I'm like, for fuck's sake! I'm like, I can't believe it. Do you know what I mean? And then these tackles flying about in there. Yeah, Askif's good friend of mine. There's tackles flying about in there. Fabinho tackle on Bernardo. People are going on about that one. We've got who tackled KDB and should have gone off.
Thiago. Yeah. You know what? So we've on some of the streams we've done this week. Well, this last week. I think you and I both tried to downplay any time there was any talk on most things, most excuses, to be fair, whether it be squads, whether it be refs, all of that. Not interested in hearing it. When you're a club the size of Liverpool, the size of Manchester City, the size of Man United, the size of Arsenal, we don't need excuses.
No.
We support our club. So we support our whole squad.
They said there's two-man referees, fucking referees that help them.
Look, when and people will try and talk about this point, this point. We both had them.
Yeah, of course
we both had them. And look, I've seen you talk about the Everton game several times, right? And said it was a handball.
Yeah.
We're not
100%.
here trying to deny anything, yeah? But there will be a point in the season where something went Liverpool's way. Same in that game. Something went... I mean, for me personally, Thiago Silva... sorry, I've said that 4 times now. Thiago Alcantara. Should he have been sent off? Yes. Was it in the 85th minute? Would have influenced the game? Probably not.
No.
So, but at the same time, you know, they will try and say, oh, Kevin De Bruyne should have been sent off for a high boot. You don't get sent off.
No.
You don't get a straight red for a high boot like that. You don't. I mean, you take someone's face off maybe, but that was kind of a 50-50 ball when they both went in.
Yeah, I mean, it was disappointing coming out of the game when I looked on my phone. There's a lot of people looking at the Sterling incident we're going to touch on. There's a lot of people looking at these things. It is what it is. At the end of the day, the game was played at a high tempo. I didn't think the referee did that bad.
No, I don't.
I thought he kept the game flowing the best he could. He could have brought it up. There was a couple of little fouls where I thought he's going to bring it back and he didn't. And then...
Yeah, took a while to bring it back on 1 or 2.
2-2, we looked cold. 20 minutes into that second half for me, Liverpool was a better side. They were turning 100%. The screw on us a little bit. They were overrunning us a bit and City had to work hard. And at the end of the day, we worked hard. And then we get the goal from Sterling. Great finish for Sterling. Didn't think he was going to get it from that angle.
Yeah.
Great finish for Sterling. Scenes again, you're thinking 3-2, happy days. Gets pulled back from offside. Now, the offside's very, very marginal. For me, there's got to be a rule change in this offside, only because we're seeing this a lot in the season. These very, very tight margins. Yeah. And I don't think they can actually freeze the frame correctly all the time. So there's talk of this thicker line for the striker, a thinner line for the defender, because the benefit of the doubt should always go with the striker. That was what we were taught.
In that position. Yeah,
but
100%.
So that needs changing. I mean, it is what it is. The goal's disallowed. It wasn't standing. It was a great finish by him. But
that feeling as well.
It's the feeling of where the South Stand, mate, everyone was ballooning, falling down the stairs. It was carnos. And then you see that screen go, checking goal, and you think, for fuck's sake.
You know what it is as well? It's like we went 1-0 up, they brought it back. We went 2-1 up, they brought it back.
Same as was at Anfield.
Yeah, exactly the same. You think on the third one, they're not going to bring it back again.
No.
Then when it got turned over, it's like, And I don't know about you, but I mean, we're a very similar age. We've supported City our whole life. With me, and I've been trying to explain this to... Last night, when I got back, I went on 2 streams. I was trying to explain it to people that when they were like, oh, are you upset? With me, it sounds so strange, Steve, but I'm still with games like this, I just don't want to lose.
I wasn't upset. I wasn't upset. I was happy.
We should be wanting to win these games, but with me, I feel so relieved after games against in particular, whether it be a rival is in for the league or whether it be Man United. It's one of the two, right? I just don't. When they end, however much I think we should win all of them.
There's 3 scenarios that we could have been experiencing today. Yeah, 4 points ahead, 1 point ahead, or 2 behind. Now, the first 2 I'm taking.
Yeah,
and we got
100%.
one of them. So, as City fans today, we're going into Madrid. We're still ahead in the league. The league is now in our hands. They're looking at their running, and I don't think they're as confident as they think they are now.
Yesterday showed that.
Exactly. Teams like Tottenham, even Man United, we know the shit. Everton, who are fighting for their lives, they might get in about them
straight away.
But we also can't switch off.
We can't.
We've got Wolves, who is not a great place to go. We always have a struggle there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? West Ham are fighting for Europe. You know what I mean?
Newcastle fighting for
Newcastle. We've got Watford and Brighton. I mean, Brighton got a great result at Arsenal.
I tell you what, I must say though, I was looking at this last night. The Wolves game's been postponed, isn't it?
Yes. They'll stick
after Madrid, then Liverpool again at the weekend. To have Brighton and Watford at home is a bit like fucking thank God. And I do think the semi-final we can
in a
see
perfect world.
Yeah, very true. In a perfect world, just
don't know,
well,
do you know what I mean?
And here's the thing. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but if we go by what has happened so far in this league, we don't drop any more points, right?
No.
Because our points dropped this season. Tottenham home and away.
Yeah.
Palace home and away.
Yeah.
Southampton home and away. And Liverpool home and away.
Yeah.
No other team have we dropped points to. So we've got the 4
You look at
technically on paper.
You look at the running, don't you, and you think
it's West Ham and Wolves for me.
But I think that's just natural as football fans that we're always going to shit it, because we were shitting it for Burnley. We were shitting it for United a bit. We were shitting it for fucking Palace.
100%.
We were shitting it for Liverpool. And I just think because you're in a title race, you're basically shitting every game.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at some comments?
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to... Sorry, people. When I look at the phone, I'm trying to do the comments. So, Ilias saying Liverpool midfield was average. Now, I think... I was trying to have a conversation yesterday about picking out who wasn't good for us, who wasn't good for them. For me... the 2 that I worried about being good, actually, no, you can maybe say the 2 in particular where we spoke about the game being won and lost would be in the middle. Fabinho, I don't think had a good game.
No, he didn't.
And I think Thiago was not as good. Now, Thiago's cross-field pass for the first goal was a great pass. Cancelo switch.
We spoke on streams, we had to win that midfield battle, and I thought we won it. Yeah. I thought Rodri was excellent. And I thought that Bernardo dropping deeper with Rodri confused him a little bit. Because it was more like Rodri, Bernardo, and then De Bruyne in a 10. And I think they was like, hold on a minute, what's going on here? And I thought we did all right, but like you say, we got caught cold there. So you're going into that first 20 minutes of that half. We had to ride a bit of a storm. Sterling gets the goal disallowed, and then we made a couple of substitutions. We turned the screw a little bit. I know Riyad Mahrez had a free kick at the post, and then the chance at the end. And Kevin De Bruyne breaks at the end there, and he's got Fabinho all over his back. He slots that ball through. My mate said to me, I wouldn't have wanted it to go to another person. And then you're thinking, he cuts inside on his left. Every man in the world, his man and his dog, even my 4-year-old daughter, if I said, what foot Mahrez, she'd probably go, he's going to cut in on his left, Dad.
Especially during Ramadan. Ramadan Mahrez, usually slots them away.
That's all I thought. He's just going to curl that round the keeper and it's a goal. It did take a deflection.
Yeah.
That most people aren't saying.
The other ones we haven't spoke about. So we did speak about Jesus, who I'm so happy because I defend Jesus so much.
What, his pullbacks? And then didn't he have one off the line, off Van Dijk on the line?
The 2 pullbacks in particular, though, I think it was the second one. The first one, both of them, he should have pulled them back. That's what we do. That is City. I get it. He had an amazing first half, scored one. I think he got ahead of himself.
Saw the glory in it.
Yeah. The second one in particular, I can't remember who the second. It was probably Sterling, but De Bruyne was there, and he was free. He was open. It would have De Bruyne in that position. He's putting that home, and it's like, but it annoyed me because then after the game, I'm seeing people coming for Jesus, and it's like, no,
he can't. No.
The first half without Jesus,
and it wasn't that Van Dijk put it smacks into the back of him first minute, right through the back of him. He got up, and I think he knocked Robinson flying down one side. And he was putting it about, and he doesn't get enough credit. Jesus, people say to me, Jesus is good enough. He doesn't score enough goals and that, but that's not his job.
It's not his job.
His energy from the front. There's nobody presses like him.
No.
And if we was to go out now and try and buy a player that would press like him, he's costing us.
There is a reason why Pep wanted him.
Yeah, and he brought him straight in, and continues. And you know what? Someone said something to me this morning, and it was such a good point. Remember how Fergie used to go to was it Park for all the big games? Yeah,
it's like, so when we talk about Jesus and how he hasn't played for a while, when I talk about City's youngers, how Pep doesn't rush them in, right? And people have been saying, you must play Foden more, you must play Foden.
Yeah.
But by not playing them, when he does play them, they play with confidence. Because if you've got a manager that is telling you, I'm not just going to play you because everyone's telling me to, and then he goes,
because you get, if you know you're playing every week, you get complacent.
Yeah, but if you've got a manager that is telling you, I'm not going to play you just because everyone's telling me I have to. If I play you, it's because I want to play you, right? And then that manager goes, you.
Yeah.
As a younger, you can be like, fucking hell, Pep Guardiola wants me to play.
Yeah.
So the same with Jesus. If Jesus doesn't play for several games, but then all of a sudden against Liverpool, Pep's going, we need you, lad. Right?
I think he trusts him. I think
Jesus knows that.
Yeah,
he knows that.
He trusts him in the big games. He started him at Anfield, and he started him at the Etihad.
And last season, in fact, no, it was at Anfield because that week we had Chelsea, PSG, Liverpool,
Yeah.
and when he dropped him for PSG, the same as when he dropped him for Madrid midweek, I said he's playing at the weekend because against that style of football, that opening 20 minutes, we need Jesus on the pitch. We need someone that's going to win the ball back. We need someone that's going to battle. Mahrez is a game changer.
Yeah.
He's not someone that's going to get back and put, and especially when you've got Trent or Robertson coming at you, you need Foden and you need Jesus that is going to get back and put a fucking shift in. And that is what I've seen it. So many, I put out my ideal team and so many City fans were saying, no, I can't believe you're putting Jesus in over Sterling or over Mahrez.
No, this is the everyone had their own team in their head. But
I
Pep's
actually got the Grealish thing that you said, the more I thought about it as well.
Yeah, well, I had a feeling Grealish was going, might have come on there. And then near the end when he brought him on, he didn't get too many touches, but you could see why we needed the ball to stick up there. And Jack very rarely loses it. And if he does lose it, he gets a foul.
Yeah, agreed.
But, no, I mean, we can all sit here and we can dwell on it, but I don't want to do that. At the end of the day, we're Man City fans. This is a Man City show. We're the happier of them two teams. I'm telling you now. We're the ones now with the destiny in our hands.
Yep.
We're the ones that have gone out there and not got beat. We've come up against a formidable machine who they told us was going to do this, do that, do that. It didn't. We clawed it back. It was a great game of football. I fully enjoyed it, and I think it teases up nice for the Madrid game.
Yeah, I think it teases up nice for the Madrid game. You spoke on it earlier as well about not being complacent when we get back in the league.
Yeah,
and that's what I take from this. I take that our group of players have shown us they want this league. They've shown us, like, Liverpool looked scared yesterday. I don't care. First half, they looked scared. We look like the team that, you know what? I don't even need to say it. We look like the team that have won 3 of the last 4 leagues, Steve.
I spoke to somebody yesterday who's in the club who works for Pep, and he said our boys were gutted. They were gutted. Yeah. And he said Pep had to bring them up. They were gutted. And now that's a good sign for me. Exactly. If our lads are going in there going, fucking hell, yes, we got a point at Liverpool, I'm thinking, hold on a minute. You're the big dogs here. Why are you celebrating a point? If our lads are going in that dressing room gutted, they know they should have fucking won that game.
And you know what? That always, there's one thing with Bernardo Silva that I always remember. I think it was at the company it was at the title parade when Company left. Bernardo Silva got interviewed and everyone was happy. Bernardo Silva was pissed off and saying, we should have gone further in the Champions League. We did the domestic treble that year. And Bernardo Silva was saying, no,
the winners,
all he was focused on was we didn't go far enough in the Champions League. And I was thinking, this man's mentality. And then after that, he had 1 or 2 seasons where he played less. And that is why I was so pissed off about. I'm like, and when last summer, when he was being linked to outside, we can't. This man is obsessed with winning, right? He's obsessed with it. That we've done a domestic treble, and he's pissed off on the day we're celebrating it that we didn't go further in the Champions League.
No.
That's what I want in my club. That is the type of player. That is why we sign the right players. We get people like him. We don't get people like Marshall. People like, you know what? I'll say it. People like Sancho.
Yeah.
That they've gone for other reasons. Pep Guardiola signs players. We didn't sign Sanchez because the minute Pep found out it was about money, he didn't want to know. We need players that come in here to win everything. That's what we need.
And don't forget, we've gone into that game yesterday with no Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz is our man. So if they go into that game with no Van Dijk, it's a world of shit for them.
Do you know what? There was a moment with Van Dijk as well, right? In the first half. It hasn't been spoke on. And I don't want to come across soft, right? And like, when I was younger and played football, you could do a lot worse than you could now. He really handmandled Sterling, really to the point of, I guess earlier on I said I don't want to talk about referees, and now I'm doing it. But it just seemed like it didn't even get spoke on, that he literally, you know what, I could say he stood his ground, but he pushed Sterling to the floor. And it was like...
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's just because of the level of the games. I think he's there. He likes to. I think there's a bit of an act with that Van Dijk for me.
You know what?
He's a fucking quality player.
Yeah,
but I reckon
he's overspoken.
I reckon if someone put it on him, proper.
Oh, I've seen Sterling
smash him about a bit.
I've seen Sterling knock him over.
You know, I've seen Jesus knock him over. Yesterday, fucking flying to him, and he was like, "Oh." But listen, at the end of the day, we're missing our centre half, our leader. But Stones and Laporte did okay. I was worried about Laporte, but he played well yesterday. I just need to say that Ederson,
just got to get this up as well.
He's a fucking nutter. End of story. Ederson is a nutter.
Absolutely.
That pass, my heart was in my mouth. I was like, what? And then when I've looked at it, if you look at his face, he doesn't even blink. He's just
and
like,
even afterwards, the camera kept going on him. But
like,
where you were sat,
yeah,
right, because where I was kind of, so I was round about the halfway line, right? So I couldn't see it too well, but it looked a bit worrying. But from you were opposite goal.
Opposite end, but I just knew it. I just knew by the way he took that little jink.
It was really close.
We've got a super chat there.
Yeah. It was really close. But afterwards, the camera went on him. He didn't look phased at all.
No.
And then at first, I think the thought was that he'd fucked up. But then when the camera was going on him, I was seeing, and then he wasn't phased.
I think he 100% meant it because he's just mad.
Right. So super chat from Second City Saint. Hold on, let me just find out how you put this up there.
Just read it if you need to.
For some reason, it's not coming up, but Pep got it wrong again. Should have started Mahrez. Sterling not clinical enough. We are drawing and losing games we should be winning. Kind of worried about the Champions League with our lack of ruthlessness. Well, thank you, Second Saint, for the
fucking hell, Second Saint, man. And my energy. You trying to kill me energy or what, man?
I mean,
come on, bro. Listen, we've just got a point. We're top of the league by a point. We're going to Madrid. We're winning 1-0. We could be going Madrid 2-0 down, and we could be 2 points behind Liverpool now. Pep got it right yesterday. If we take our chances, Pep can only put the players on the pitch. He can't finish the goals. Pep put the players on the pitch. We created the chances, enough chances to win. We should have won.
Yeah.
I get why people are saying that in hindsight. But come on. We're in a great position. 7 games to go. Top of the league, positive thoughts. Get behind the boys now. We're in a proper title run. We've just had a great game of football with Liverpool. We're going to Madrid 1-0 up. We've come out of this Madrid game. We're into a semi-final. It's not all doom and gloom, guys. Come on, we need to be positive. Listen, I understand it's a Man City thing. It's in me as well. But you've just got to be like, come on, let's get positive, man. Let's get positive.
Yeah. Shout out for the super chat though, Second City.
Yeah, big up, man. I appreciate that.
But come on, man. Let's be positive. Look, as we always say, it's better than. You know what? We can say it. We always talk about Gillingham, but it is better than Gillingham. It's also better than your.
Put it this way: Kevin De Bruyne could be walking off the pitch at Goodison and assaulting kids.
He could be.
This is the levels of the football clubs. This is what I'm saying. We could be sat here now thinking, fuck's sake, Kevin's going to jail here with Mendes. He's slapping up kids. But we're not, because we're a better club than that. We run better than that. Our players have got respect. You don't walk off the pitch, start slapping phones out of people's hands. We leave that to the other mob over the road. We're top of the league.
Well. Let's be very
We're winning the league by a point. The league is in our hands. We're all going to Madrid tomorrow on a jolly up. Yeah. He's going to do his witness statement at Carrington because he's fucked up. So that's the levels of it, innit? We went to Everton, we got the job done. But Madrid, we could talk about Liverpool all day, but I feel like we've talked about it all the time at the end of the day.
We can move on from that because...
Yeah, it's done that now.
Done.
We've walked out the game, top of the league.
I just want anyone watching this... ignore the media, ignore every other fan base, ignore Jamie Carragher, who is now saying, apparently, that he would still rather win the Champions League than the Premier League.
Yeah, know what Jamie's like, innit?
I think mostly, if there's any Liverpool fans watching this, we all know you want the league, we want the Champions League. The other one, we want both. But we both know deep down what both of our clubs want.
Of course. I mean, we said it on a few streams. Someone said to me, Steve, if in an ideal world now, if someone said, do you want the Champions League and let Liverpool have the league for this season only?
Yeah, only.
I'd have it.
Yeah.
And then after that, for me, then you can shove that up your ass.
Yeah,
and let's just win every week and just win the league. Because them league runs, 38-game runs, are draining. I'm in the middle of it now. I've come out of the ground yesterday physically knackered. I woke up this morning. I've packed a week's worth of clothes.
3 bags.
Yeah, I drove up to London. We're going to Madrid tomorrow. Then I'm flying back to London, staying in hotels until Wembley, and I've got to face Liverpool again. I'm sick to fucking death of talking about Liverpool. We've got to play Liverpool again, and then it's back home on the Sunday, Easter Sunday, a few Easter eggs with the kids.
Brighton on the Wednesday.
And then we got Brighton, and then it's like it literally non-stop. But this is what you live for, Blues. This is what it's about. So whether you're going in school, whether you're going in work, whether you're going to the shop, get your chest out. We're doing the business. The boys are going to get us over the line. I'm telling you now, the boys are going to get us over the line. We're Man City, man. We deserve to be here. We've got Pep Guardiola leading the charge. I'm telling you now, don't worry about it, man. I get people are worried, but if you wasn't worried, you wouldn't be in a title race, innit?
Yeah, that is exactly it. We don't want to go back to where we were 20 years ago. We're quite happy where we are.
See, Gina's a
That's what I'm saying,
Liverpool
Liverpool fan. There's a lot of love in it. You know what?
No, because listen, I respect Liverpool as a team.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these that's going to say it. I could come on here and go, Man City was unlucky, but Liverpool took their chances, got themselves back in the game, they didn't fold, and at the end of the day, it was a great game of football, a good spectacle. The teams have got respect for each other, the managers have got respect for each other, but at the end of the day, I'm the happiest because it's in our hands now. And they can't do nothing about it. And when you can't do anything about it, that's your problem. To try and keep motivated. Because every time we get 3 points under the belt, it's straight on their toes to do the same. Do you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, it's booting off. Hold tight, everyone in the comments. It is really booting off between people. But I think we've got a few Liverpool in there, and they're going back and forth. But yeah, I think that the key is the momentum is now with us. I don't want to say we exposed Liverpool because let's be very clear. Liverpool are an amazing, amazing team. I do think they had the form coming into it. But I feel like whatever happened yesterday, we've come out of it looking good. However much anyone else wants to put it any other way, just to touch on the Pep and Klopp at the end, that kind of showed the respect between the two.
Do you know what? I was listening to radio this morning and they were saying this rivalry between Pep and Thingy makes me sick because there's no spice to it. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute. We've had all that nastiness, haven't we? Wenger and Fergie getting sent to the stands and like Keown and that. And yeah, it's all very well and that, but the football has changed now.
Yeah.
Society's changed now. You can't do that shit anymore. Well, you're getting sent off for that shit.
The other thing is that when you look at it, is football has changed. Back then, the Arsenal team, the Man United team, both had a lot more Manchester boys, a lot more London boys. They'd grown up. Football has changed. That's not our fault. That's not Liverpool's fault. That's the way football is, right? I think De Bruyne actually has come out and said he sees Salah when he's dropping his kid off at school and stuff. So, but the quality of the football... They all
barbecue together, didn't they? The Brazilian lads, I think it was
Alisson. The Argentinians always used to as well.
Alisson and Firmino and all them boys were around at Edison's or something, and they all had a barbecue
I know
together.
The Argentinians used to do it together. And even with Aguero and
De
Gea were best mates, didn't they? It's just football has changed, but ultimately the quality of the football on the pitch, which however much we might want to talk about this or that, it is about the football on the pitch. Other clubs right now might not want to talk about the football on the pitch. I understand why they might not want to talk about the football on the pitch. Man United fans, Arsenal fans, they're in their feelings at the moment because everyone is talking about the quality of the football between Liverpool and Manchester City. Chelsea fans, they're pissed off because they thought they were going to be in this party this season. So all they're talking about is the Champions League. But come 10 p.m. tomorrow night, Chelsea aren't going to be in the Champions League anymore.
But listen, Chelsea fans, we're going to Madrid tomorrow and it's going to be full of Chelsea fans. I didn't really mean to call you gremlins. I didn't really call you Chino wankers. And I didn't say you were part of the latte crew. But no, you are. You fucking gremlins. You wear chinos and you drink lattes. So if I see you in Madrid tomorrow, come and say hello, yeah? Because Daps will knock you out.
We'll see you in Madrid tomorrow.
But listen, people, Madrid as well. We'll touch on Madrid. What time are we on? Because I know we're busy today.
We're on 6:42. You're busy.
Listen, let's just touch on Madrid for 5 minutes. We're going to Madrid tomorrow. We're going up against a team that got beat at the weekend, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah, they got beat off Mallorca. They'd not lost in 6 games, and Mallorca hadn't won in 6 games, and Mallorca beat them, right?
Did they wrestle?
Listen to this. They didn't have one shot on target. They've had one shot in 2 games, one shot against Man City finger. Now, I don't know. Look, the Man City fans in there are now going to think, shit, Madrid's not had one shot. They've got beat. They're going to beat us. Don't be like that. Listen, we're going to go there, get the job done tomorrow. They've got to come out. The fans are on them because they're playing shit football. They're going to come out and we'll pick them apart. But I'm really looking forward to the what's that, Steve? You're right. We are gremlins, sadly. Listen, mate, champions of the world. Take that, but the gremlins are bad.
I need to understand this gremlin stuff.
I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you about that in a bit.
So okay, so that didn't have a shot on target.
No, he had Suarez up front as well.
Is he back then?
Yeah, didn't have a shot though. But what I'm saying is, we know what are they? They can't possibly set up like that at
They
home.
can't play like that. They can't. If they do, you know what? You know what? You said what you said about Chelsea, so I might as well
just
jump in there. One of my issues with I know the style of football Chelsea play, but when Chelsea came to the Etihad this season, and at that point it was still deemed a 3-horse race.
Yeah.
And they played the way they played. I lost all respect for Chelsea. I was like, you know what? If you are coming, you're supposed to be in the title race, and you come and try and play football like that, you are a disgrace of the champions
Tommy
of
tapping
Europe.
in it. You know what he's like, Tommy. I've got big history with Chelsea on the Big Six and that, but I just think this Madrid game, I just think people are worrying about that now for City. And I just think we get the job done. I think we get the job done. We could be back in Madrid playing Real because Chelsea's got to go there and get a couple of goals. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, very tough. I think a lot tougher than.
But you know what? We won't touch any more on Madrid because I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do a preview in Madrid.
Yeah, we can do one.
We'll get to the stadium maybe tomorrow if we can. Me and Daps will do a little preview about the game. But listen, people.
Just given, by the way, so Chelsea fans, if you want to catch us slipping,
we're not telling you what time Chelsea fans.
Yeah, just go and sit outside the stadium for many hours. You might see
you go to the Burnabout, we'll get the one. But listen, it's on my third showing. You've been on 2 of them. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Studio's brilliant set up. I mean, I really appreciate it. But lads, go and follow Daps. Where can they find you, Daps?
Never Foul YouTube channel, Feed the Goat YouTube channel, and on Instagram, MCFC Daps. On Twitter, you can also find me there, but only if you're going to play nicely. If you're a City fan, find me there. If you're anyone else and just want to inbox me abuse, don't bother.
I'm fellas, ladies and gentlemen, I'm nearly at 10k.
Yeah, let's get it.
Please get me to 10k. I'll do a massive giveaway. Tell me what you want as a giveaway. We'll do it. We'll give you tickets for the game, signed shirts, whatever you want. We'll get it for you.
There we go.
And then get the man to take it. Big up Connor, man. And listen, there's a lot of respect for Liverpool fans on this channel. We respect good football. But all I'm going to leave it on, boys, is this. Don't forget Instagram at Big Steve MCFC because I'm trying to get more followers than Saeed. I'm trying to get there. So big it up, man.
You got a month while he's off.
But listen, because of the setup, because of the way we are, we haven't read every single comment out or touched on it. We can't do. I appreciate anyone that sent a super chat in and we've read it. Big up, everybody. Thank you very much for the stream. And I always get great support anyway.
Yeah, you do. This is booming off. But most importantly, catch us in Madrid. Another win. Let's do the treble.
You can end it there. See you later, people.